What's the dumbest way you got caught lying to your boss? I worked at this boring insurance company where I spent 8 hours a day cold calling people who didn't want to talk to me. So when my college buddies texted me about this last-minute cabin trip, I was desperate to go. 3 days of fishing, bonfires, and actually having fun for once. Problem was, it was our busiest season, and my manager Rick was super strict about time off requests. You needed like 2 weeks notice for anything. I panicked and did the stupidest thing ever. I told Rick my grandpa died and I needed to go to his funeral out of state. I even made myself tear up a little when I asked for the time off. Rick looked shocked. He's usually this skeptical guy who questions everything, but he immediately got all sympathetic. "Oh man, Dylan, I'm so sorry for your loss. Take all the time you need." He even offered to have someone cover my calls. I felt terrible about it, but I figured what's the worst that could happen? My grandpa was like 85 anyway, so it wasn't that big of a lie. Just early, you know? The cabin trip was amazing. We grilled burgers, played poker until 3 a.m., and I caught my first fish in years. I barely looked at my phone the whole time. Life felt good for once. Then on Sunday, our last day, I saw 4 missed calls from work. My heart dropped. Then I got this text from my coworker Marcy that made me want to throw up. "Dude, your dead grandpa just called asking for you. He didn't sound dead at all." I called Marcy immediately. Turns out my grandpa had phoned the office trying to reach me. I'd moved apartments last month but forgot to give him my new address. So he called my work like any normal grandpa would. The receptionist, who had no clue about my fake funeral story, answered the phone cheerfully. "Insurance Plus, how can I help you?" "Hi, this is Dylan's grandfather. Could I speak with him, please?" She transferred him straight to Rick's office. Rick answered confused. Sir, I think there might be a mistake. Dylan's at his grandfather's funeral right now." My grandpa laughed. "Funeral? I'm very much alive. Is this some kind of joke? I just need Dylan's new address." Rick tried to play along at first, thinking maybe I had 2 grandfathers or something. But my grandpa kept talking, asking if I was still working full-time at the insurance place, and mentioning specific things about my job that only family would know. The drive back home felt like the longest 3 hours of my life. I kept practicing what I'd say, but every excuse sounded worse than the last. Monday morning, I walked into the office feeling like I was going to puke. Rick didn't yell or scream when he saw me. He just looked at me with this disappointed expression and said, "Conference room, now." I sat down expecting to get fired immediately. Instead, Rick closed the door and said the most humiliating thing ever. "Dylan, if you ever actually lose someone important to you, you don't need to lie about needing time off. We're human beings here. But if you're going to lie about someone being dead, maybe make sure they're not still making phone calls to the office." He paused and looked right at me. "Your grandfather seems like a nice man, by the way. Very concerned about you." I wanted to disappear into the floor. "Rick, I'm so sorry. I know how bad this looks." "It doesn't look bad, Dylan. It is bad. You lied about a death for a vacation. Do you understand how messed up that is? I got demoted to the worst team in the company. Instead of doing regular sales calls, I got stuck with the rejected leads nobody else wanted. People who had already said no 5 times. My pay stayed the same, but my chances of getting bonuses or promotions basically disappeared.